Shout on, pray on, we're gaining ground. Glory, hallelujah, the dead's alive and the lost is found. Glory, hallelujah.
Yeah, so if somebody's coming to this completely new, Reformed evangelicalism on Twitter is a world unto itself in a lot of ways. It's an ecosystem. There's a lot of metaphors you could apply. And we've been living through for a couple of years now what has kind of commonly become called the brother wars. And it's a situation where guys who at various times thought they were in deep fellowship with others have found the alliances or even affections shifting very quickly. And I mean, if you're on X, I think probably I've got kind of a combative reputation on there. Try to save those punches for the bad guys. And a lot of the brother wars are involving, on one side, friends of mine who I have deep confidence in Christ. I think they are men who love Christ and want to honor him. And then father figures. So Doug Wilson, James White. I mean, people I've learned a tremendous amount over the years. And I've intentionally tried to take fraternal and conciliatory posture in whatever areas I touch on. And I'm still hopeful that there's a way forward for these groups who, you know, I know Venn diagram is kind of a worn out trope, but if you take a Venn diagram of their most convictional center core of who they are positions, there's almost no separation. But where they separate is on emphasis. And so, you know, I don't want to run through the whole thread again, but clearly Moscow are builders. They're architects. They're people who want to build the kind of institutions we need to reach into the future and hand values down. You know, my Christian nationalist guys look at threats. I mean, that's really where our focus goes. They're threats that want to destroy normal Christian people. And we want to be able to say we fought it with all we had, and we think Christ will give us the victory. Ogden, they're kind of their own thing. They're builders, but they're also warriors, and so they kind of bring a bard-like element. Guys at G3, they're very interested in doctrinal precision, so I call them doctrinaires. All good things. I just think that the way we go about doing them. So another one, Apologia with James White, Jeff Durbin. Street evangelists want to deal with the ideas that are impacting our culture. Again, all good things. But I think the conflict basically arises when the good thing you're most invested in runs up against a brother whose the thing they're most invested in isn't exactly being done the way you think or shouldn't be that much of a priority. And the friction that has generated, it's lamentable. And it all represents, as you just said, good endeavors. And so I'd like to see those people in those various, I don't want to say tribes, but categories, start to have a little bit better sense of appreciation for one another in a way that I hope will reduce some of that friction. And, you know, I don't know. It's kind of I'm not black-pilled. I'm not depressed or nihilistic about the future of Reformed evangelicalism, but this is a rough patch. And if the Lord would grant that we could get past it quickly, we have such a ripe opportunity. You know, I spent a few years wondering what the legal future of just normal historic Christianity was. And it appears that the Lord might have granted us a reprieve from that future. It's such an opportunity. And I wish we could quit kind of throwing arrows at each other and get to doing the kingdom work we all clearly are interested in doing.
Seated here at my right hand, the Lord to my Lord did command, for of these heathen I will make a kingly footstool for your sake.